Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, if you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Dion. We usually start with either chapstick or Tillamook. Today it is chapstick vanilla mint. You see from the timestamp this is long. If you didn't notice it before, pause the video, go get a snack, a drink, or whatever you need to do. We're going to do the entire face minus brows. We already did the brows. And I think they're looking like they're on the same streak today. And I have like the angle thing. I like my brows today. Did take some effort. So on my face, just a Fenty brow pencil. You saw me do chapstick. And on my inner rims is Sephora retractable eyeliner. And the shade is number 14, Shimmer Khaki Green. And the two palettes we're going to be using, because I want to see how close we can get, even though I know it's not going to be super close. Salem Cosmetics, one of my troll Ken, what's up Sandy, how you doing? She was saying this little trio would be nice. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, she said the lower right corner with the mint green. So we're going to use these three. One of the perks of being a member is you get to submit requests and I will do them. And if you want to see what the other perks are, just go ahead and click the link and it'll show you what they are. So we're going to be using these three shades here on this eye. And so I wasn't even going to do a guess which one because we're just not. And this is the Yucca palette, or Yucca, depending on where you are in the world and how you pronounce it. And so we're going to use shades from this one. And no, they're not dupes, but, you know, we're going to see. There's definitely not a mint green in the Yucca palette, but we're going to do both of these looks. And I'm excited to use both of these palettes again. I really do love both of these palettes. The next video in this clip is going to be us using, oh, I put it under stuff already. We're going to be using this palette again. This is Salem Cosmetics Forest Heart palette. And one eye we're going to do this palette. The other eye we're going to do Circle Loco. So I remember saying when I was doing the my eyeshadow palette collection video, I was saying how unique it was. But then when I held this up next to Circle Loco or something, I'm like, minus this little cluster, some of the shades look they're kind of the same. Well, similar, not dupes, but similar. So the second clip will be using this palette one eye and Yucca on the other eye and just seeing, okay, are they really similar? So I'm excited about both of these videos. Damn, that means, shit. Since we're doing everything in this video, I do curse on my channel sometimes. I say that in the intro, but I didn't do the intro yet. That means I need to get rolling because if this is super long, I'm gonna have to figure out. That would be hella long, but we're going to see where we are. So let's just get started. This is Milk Hydro Good Primer, and we're going to use, oh, don't fall. We're going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. The shade I wear is 4 in 2. Not sure if I'm going to put on concealer. I was looking at my under eye, which sometimes is camouflaged by the time I put eyeshadow on my lower lash line. But then I was also looking around my nose, which is kind of red. And so we are going to put on concealer. And then we're going to just finish the entire face and then do the eyes. And so if you want to just skip to the eyes, you can do that. But so let's get to the intro. 2 pumps of this. And we're going to do 2 pumps of the Estee Lauder. Why do I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube? The crazy, just enjoying doing videos, knowing it's okay to be your authentic self, not being overly concerned or concerned at all of, like, are people going to like me? Are they going to like my videos? Are they going to watch me? Are they going to like my content? Are they going to share my videos? Are they, you know, all of that stuff. Knowing it's okay to be your authentic self and also enjoying the channels that you watch. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like as you're watching beauty related content that you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. So in a nutshell, the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. That's what we stand for here. I already alluded to it earlier. Actually, I did say it, but if you're new here, I do curse on my channel sometimes because I curse sometimes, period. I do try to catch myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if it sounds like I said something, I did. If I hiccuped or gurgled or belched, I did. That's unintentional. My throat just does its own thing. If it sounds like I stammered or I said something backwards, I did. Because sometimes I catch it in when I'm editing. And then sometimes I don't even catch it until like I'm watching a video after it's aired on YouTube. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like that was so backwards. That didn't make any sense. So when I catch it, I will say something. So if I don't mention it, that means I didn't catch it. So, but yeah, so just to let you know, and that's a part of the crazy too, just accepting, who I am for who I am, knowing some of my, I don't want to say challenges or limitations, because it's not, you know what it is? It's just accepting who you are. Like I said, love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even with face paint on. But just loving yourself, knowing and understanding your personality, and just rocking it, and just being like, this is who I am. And so that's what we do here. I'm looking like I don't want to put concealer on now. You know what? I'm not going to put concealer on now. So we're going to put that away, and we're going to put the brush away that I took out to use with it. So Fashion Fair Set of Loose Powder. The shade is Truly Tawny. Why am I looking like I'm down here? I don't know. I did change, not change, I moved the angle of 2 of the track lightings, because there's 4 bulbs in the track light. And so I did move 2 of them, hoping to get rid of that shadow. It used to be here to here, but now I'm seeing it over here. What the hell? So I need to move another light. Also, my kitchen, which is over here, out of the 3 bulbs, 2 of them blew out. And I haven't put new ones in yet. And the new ones are sitting in the kitchen because I kind of like it not being like super bright in there. Because when all 3 bulbs are in, when I turn the light on and go in, I'm just like, I need like sunglasses. And so, of course, one day I'll hit the switch and then the one bulb that's left won't be on at all. Then I'll be like... But anyway, so that might be why, even though I moved 2 of the track lights, the angle of them, that might be why now there seems to be a shadow over here. It's like right here, I can see it from here over. Now that I put on powder, it is looking like I should have put on concealer, but we're gonna roll with it. And by the time the eye look is done, it's like, who's really looking under my eye like that? But somebody might be, I don't know. So we're going to do the eSum thing. Did I say everything for the intro? Yeah, I believe I did. This is the eSum, and it is called, the Artistry Palette number 8 Structure Face Shaper Palette. I can use everything in here, so we're just going to be lazy, meaning I'm going to use the same brush. We're going to put this one under eye. This is number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, but this top one, and you know what, I didn't have to put the Fashion Fair under there because I ended up putting this under there. So this is just below. So each shade is just going to go a little bit lower. Sometimes I'm not sure if I like the top one we use for under eye. So like right now I'm thinking that wasn't a good choice to do. You can pop these out. So if you have the blush palette that looks like this, you can pop it out and customize it. And so you just pop it up and it comes out. These are for professional makeup artists, which y'all know I'm not, but that's why they're created this way. So you can just lay it out and just dip into whatever you want to dip into. But for your own personal use, you can just pick what you want to use. Or if you have the blush palette, put a couple blushes in here. Like this one I would take out and put a blush in it if I could just buy one separate. But then because things look different online, like I don't even know if I would just get just one blush online, because what if I don't like that shade? You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, this is the last one at the bottom. And I apologize for not holding that up for you to see when I was dipping in all the shadows. Feels like a piece of lint on my upper lip. So this is this. Let me know how y'all been doing. Today is January 4th, I want to say. Yes, January 4th already, and I'm still, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm still trying to process it. Like sometimes, like with YouTube, I don't know. What I would like for this channel to do is to be informational, to be educational, to motivate you, to encourage you, not only to just love yourself and rock whatever you want to rock, but also when I'm talking about different products or techniques I use, like why does it work for me? Because everything doesn't work for everybody. And I know there's a lot of channels that say you must do this and you must do that. And I find that sometimes I get annoyed, a tad bit aggravated. And so I know it's a me thing, and I know it's something where I just need to reevaluate my own personal boundaries with YouTube. It is a piece of lint right here. Because I'm on here so much, as far as like doing content. Oh, excuse me. Sigma matte bronzer, the shade is dark. And Grace has sent this to me. And friend Mel. I don't think I watch a lot of content, and actually I watch less because it seems that there's just a lot of the same thing. And I used to, look to YouTube for reviews, first impressions, why stuff works for certain people, why stuff don't. But it seems it's YouTube, the beauty community has turned into just doing a look and not even, getting into first impressions really. A new release comes out, they're showing PR, they do 2 or 3 looks, and then that is it. But that doesn't help me learn about the product. And as consumers, we should be looking at the company's website anyway for information about the product. And not just solely, I'm going back to this bottom shade, and not just solely going off of what 1 or 2 or 3 people are saying on YouTube. But I miss the days when it used to be about why this works, why it doesn't, and not saying, I don't like this palette, when the reality is you don't like it because it's just not your color story. And that's why I'm cautious to say I like the look, it's just not my vibe, because it is somebody's vibe somewhere. And so I don't want to make it like, okay, yeah, this product sucks. They should have had, deeper tones in here. They should have had more highlight shades in here, because the palette is perfect for somebody else just the way it is. And so, but it's just, it seems to be, this is MAC. This was free with something. This is Blush Baby. And I just see like a lot of the same thumbnails, similar titles. And I'm just like, and because I'm familiar, and no, I don't know people in person, and I'm not referring to anybody in particular, but from watching certain channels in the past, I know they're just going to do 2 or 3 looks, and they're not going to say why they don't like the palette or why it's not their preference. And if it's PR, it seems, the palette, even if they say, well, this didn't blend out well, at the end of the video, they're like, I recommend this palette, it's great. And I'm like, but earlier you said such and such. And I know they're trying to, help the brand sell the product because of PR and the affiliate codes and things like that. But there's sometimes, like for me, we're going to use House Labs highlighter, and this one is Golden Pyrite. For me, like my life is connected. Like, yes, I do compartmentalize, but what I'm saying is when I'm trying to figure out something in one area of my life, I tend to reevaluate and reassess other things. Here's a shadow here too. You see that? What the hell? I tend to reevaluate other things in my life too. And so in that sense, it all goes together, even though it's like when you're spring cleaning. Okay, you're like, I'm gonna clean out this closet. Next thing you know, you've cleaned out a second closet, and now you're cleaning out the garage. It's like, it's all connected in some kind of way because it's dealing with our personal feelings. You know what I mean? This is the brush we use with the Fashion Fair powder. I did not add more on here. We're just blending all of this in. And so I've really And this isn't because it's the beginning of a new year. Like, I do this a few times a year. When something doesn't feel right to me, I do ask myself, like, okay, what's going on? Why? What has changed? Why am I feeling like more, sensitive or whatever is going on? This is Niche Tracks about eyeliner in gold. And we're going to put this on our lower lash line. And so I do accept it for what it is. YouTube is for entertainment. If you're watching beauty related content, I've been finding myself more watching news and not just gossip stuff like CNN, Fox News, like legitimate news, and not just people sharing their opinions, because there are gossip channels that'll just pick up on stuff and just run with it. And so when I say news, I'm watching it from like stations. You know what I mean? And then even with that, I know that they can put their spin on it to make it seem like whatever they want it to seem like. So even with that, I'm still just kind of like, just really listening. And that's what I do, listening to people when they're doing, reaction videos or whatever. I'm just like, okay, what is your motive? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your narrative? And so this is the Scandinavia. Is that everything for the face? Scandinavia, the makeup finishing spray. And this one is the bridal spray. And so even with, and that's why I don't watch on YouTube, like makeup videos, true crime, or things like that, because for me, and I'm not saying that you're wrong if you do this. Like, you do whatever you want to do. I'm not saying don't watch these things. I'm just saying why I don't. Because if I want to see something that happened, I'll watch the documentary. And even with documentaries, Fenty eyeshadow primer, even with documentaries, they put that same, they can put the same spin on it like the news can. Like, what is it? What impression do they want us to get? Why are they telling us this? And for documentaries, sometimes there's reenactments. And so it's like, okay, what really happened? And the reality is sometimes nobody was there. And they're going off of, interview accounts and things like that. So to watch certain things or to try to get news from makeup channels or skincare channels or gossip channels, that's not really telling me what happened. A documentary would tell me more of the facts. And so it's more like, I want to know facts. I want some objectivity, even though a lot of stuff still is subjective and people do sometimes have biases they're not aware of. But that's why I don't watch certain things. And if I want to, then I'll just watch the History Channel or the documentary. And you can, watch those on YouTube as well. But yes, I tend to just get as close to the facts and objectivity as possible. And if something says, okay, there's reenactments, I know that may not be factual because they're reenacting according to other people's accounts. And you can ask, oh, what's the thing? Blind men. Let me know if you remember this story. I forget how many blind men it was. They had them touch an elephant. And they asked each one, what does the elephant feel like? But because one touched the ear, one touched the tail, one touched the stomach, one touched whatever, for each one of them, an elephant was different. And so that's how it is with perspectives. There was a great movie, I forget who was in it. It was called Vantage Point. And the entire movie was about the same situation happening, but they were showing it from like 5 different people's different vantage point. And so it was a really good movie in a sense, like, wow, like this was one thing that happened and everybody's like, this is the truth and this is what I saw. But because their vantage points were different, they all saw slightly different things. And so that's how it is listening to different people, and even me, doing makeup. There's just, it's more to it. You know what I'm saying? And so, and sometimes I just, and I'm here for the makeup. And even though I'm talking, we're going to take Evergreen, and that's going to go, ooh, almost all over the lid. And so even though, and we're using the Fenty 230 blending brush because these are softer shadows, and we're going to use the Hourglass number 3 for the lid shades on this side with the Yucca palette, because I think they're the creamy mattes or cream to powder. Oh my Lord, look at this. So they're more dense than Forest Heart palette. So that's where we're going to use dense brushes. And the Hourglass brushes are soft too, but they're thicker than this brush. And so that's kind of where I'm at. And it's been a little challenging like watching YouTube lately because of how it seems it's becoming. And maybe I'm just sensitive to it because I'm, you know, assessing and reevaluating different things in my life, and because YouTube is a part of my life that gets reevaluated and reassessed as well. So I'm just trying to figure that out. And I did a video on what my channel may look like for 2024, and some of that was based off of feedback from my members, which is great. They do help me out a lot. But there's also, and I could feel that change happening. Like, I don't feel compelled. I always think of like Exorcist movies when I say the word compelled. I don't feel motivated. That's not the right word either. Because I used to do videos every day. And you see I have an upload almost every day. I didn't do a video yesterday. And the last video that I scheduled, I didn't do a video, I think, like for 4 days prior to that. It was the long weekend. And so that's the reason why. Because I was down in Baltimore. But I didn't feel any kind of way about it where, you know, even when I came home, you know, I did a look, and then, you know, another day or two I did not do a look, and now we're doing this look, where it used to be like, oh, I need to do a look. Like, it was a part of my daily life to do videos, and I don't feel that way anymore. And I think part of it is the change that I'm going to be making, most likely not uploading a video every day, just like I hope to do another clip after this one, but because we're doing a whole face and I'm talking so friggin' much, Forest Heart palette with Circle Loco may be a separate video, but because I'm going to be doing more multiple looks in one video, that's going to change not uploading every single day. And I would like to do more videos like this, like just talking to you, putting on makeup and talking to you. I won't be hauling a lot, and by now you may have seen my radical declutter, and so I'm liking where things are in my collection right now. Well, once I actually do that video, because it's going to be a live, so once I do that video, now we're going to take Willow, this shade down here, and no, it's not the same at all. This is really rich. I like this. So yeah, so the quantity, so even if I do, you know, 3 looks on video, that's still 3 days of recording. I'm not just uploading it every day. This is nice. And so I kind of feel that change within me, where it's not like, okay, I need to do this video so I can schedule it to air, because if I'm going to be doing like 2 or 3 videos and putting it all in one video for YouTube, I don't necessarily need to do a video every day. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's where I am. I should have turned my thermostat down before I started, because I'm starting to feel heated. Wow, these are different colors, but they both are very nice. Oh man, this is nice. Oh man, when I like a palette, y'all, wow. I also been finding myself a little peeved lately. And I part of me thinks it's inappropriate to even say why, but I'll just say, like, reading comments under other, because I do read comments on other people's videos, regardless of what look is done, no matter how great it is, there's always somebody that's saying, oh, the look is pretty, but I wonder if you did this, or what if you did? And I'm just like, can you just appreciate it for what it is? And usually, I know there's a lack of understanding, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. Usually, those comments are from people who don't do videos. And so it's like they don't know how it is to put yourself out here, because we are opening ourselves up, you know, to be judged, to be criticized, or, you know, whatever. And also to be admired and adored and, you know, whatever the feelings are. And so I know that they just don't understand that. So you're putting yourself out here, you're doing whatever it is you're doing, and it's like, oh, that's nice, but it's just like, so I'm like, why'd you even watch the whole video just to say you like it, but you wish they would have did such and such? Because I want to be like, why don't you do a video and then you can do all the such and suches? But that's just me too. And I know it is a me thing, because there are some times I feel, sometimes it doesn't bother me, but then this is the brush that has this shade on it. Sometimes it bothers me and sometimes it doesn't. But I know, because I do so much content, and I know other people who do a lot of content, it's not easy. Even if we, and we do love doing what we do, it's still just not easy, because it still takes away time. We can be doing other things, but, you know, we like being here, we like being helpful, we like showing you new things, you know, we enjoy the chit chat. And then there's just this one person. And it's really unfortunate how, like, one comment can just, like, mess us up over all the other, like, wonderful comments. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of strange. Now we're going to take Heartwood and we're going to put this on the outer corner. And so, and I realized that a while ago, that people are going to say what they want to say. And I do encourage people to say what you want to say. Just be mindful that, I don't even know how to say it. Just be mindful of the time and energy that's put into doing videos. And I know you guys who are watching this already know this, because I may have said similar things, similar ways before. But it's just, it can be challenging. And I'm not burning out, but I do get why people do burn out, because it's just like, oh my gosh, like, okay, even if there's 50 comments and it's like, oh wow, that's great, the one that's like, well, you should have did such and such, that's the one that stands out. And I don't know why it's like that. And I've heard it's like that even with compliments, that like one negative compliment can just erase, like, I think they said like at least 20, don't quote me on that, you know, negative comments. And I don't know why that is. We're going to take Flax. And it's sad that it is kind of true, unless you know going into it that this is human nature, this is human behavior. It's not personal. You know, they're not attacking anybody as a person, and understanding that it is just a lack of understanding of what it takes to actually do YouTube videos, because you are opening up yourself. I thought I had fallout. That's Freckles. It is opening, you know, ourselves up. And people who don't do videos, like, they don't understand that. And so, oh, one of my peoples, I think she's starting YouTube this month. I have a hook thing that usually happens over here by accident, but that'll get covered up. Excuse me if you heard that in my throat. With liner or something. Both of these looks are really nice. Definitely different, but nice. Oh my gosh. So I am glad we're doing this, because I'm using 2 palettes. And I tell you this almost as a fact. If I wore both of these looks out, this is a brush that had this outer shade corner on it, people wouldn't even notice. Like, people don't notice when I go out in 2-tone looks, and not that that is what this is. We're going to take the brush that had Willow on it. We're not adding more. We're going to blend up here. Because people be like, oh, I like your eyeshadow. And I'm like, which one? And then they're like, oh, yeah, they are different. And it always makes me laugh. And so I'm saying that part to encourage you. If you do 2-tone looks, or if you haven't, go ahead and do one and wear it out. Most people won't even notice. And it's just funny to me, because I would notice. This is the brush that had this shade on it. Most people wouldn't notice. And I think it's just how detail oriented you are. Or maybe just not how busy you are. Because most people, they don't really even look at you. They be like, hey, how you doing? And look right past you. And some people don't even realize you didn't even answer them back. They be like, hey, how are you? Oh, that's good. And it's like, I ain't even answer you yet. And you're saying it's good. I didn't even say anything. Yo, people are funny. I say that like I'm not a people. I'm a person too. Now we're going to take Morning Dew, this shade here, and we're using this big fluffy brush. All three of these were Fenty. This is the Fenty 210, and we're going to go straight in. And part of me is like, girl, use a smaller brush, but I am going to overlap, so that's why I'm using this brush. So we are tapping, and you see how wide it is. It's coming down to like here and to here, which I did want to blend that here. So we're tapping straight in again, tapping off, and we're just going to pat it on. I like this palette. When is the POA? I don't think they even sell this anymore. Oh, damn. POA is April 2024. Shit. Yeah, they don't have this on the website anymore. There's another website that has a brand similar. I think it's called the Serpent Palette. But when I look at it, this is what comes to mind. But I've been looking at it again, like, do I want to get that one? Since this one, probably by the midsummer, won't be any good. I have sensitive lids, and so I do use stuff until they irritate my lids. But I'm like, I'm already thinking about when I won't have this palette. And what gets it for me are these metallics. They are so smooth and so creamy. I have nothing like them. And so that's what I'm thinking about. It's like, okay, I can maybe dupe other shadows or get close to it, even though it's different, but it's still like the look is the same vibe. If you look at both of these, it's the same vibe, even though the colors are really different. But the shimmers in here, the metallics in here, y'all, I'm just like, I'm gonna miss them. So now we're gonna go back to the Yucca palette, and this is an hourglass brush as well. This is a number 6, and we're going to go into Citrine. This is not the same at all. And then I thought about mixing the two, but because these are all mattes, I want to keep this side all matte as well. So no, it's not going to be the same, but we're going to take this one because there's just not. This is not original to the palette. This shade here is, oh, I wrote it down, but I can't read my handwriting. It looks like Mark? I don't know, and I don't even remember where it's from. I don't know, but we're going to take Citrine, this shade right here, and we're tapping in, tapping off, and we're going to overlap. So we're just going to bring this, and it is coming down to like here, the same as the other side did. This is nice, and I don't think have I done a matte look with the Yucca palette? I will post down below. I'll put it in the iCards, because when you put stuff in the iCards, the video will show up down beneath the description bar. So I will put Forest Heart playlist in the iCards, and I will put Natasha Denona Yucca Palette in the iCards. And so you can either click it when it pops up here, even though I would love you to stay and finish watching this video. And that's why I usually put iCards at the end in case you do just want to click out. But you can still find it down below the description box. And so if you want to see what else I've done with these two palettes, these are both pretty. Citrine is a lot lighter, brighter, because it's a yellowish, and this shade, Morning Dew, is a mint green, which actually blended in really nicely. I like both of these. This eye reminds me of a look I did with Necromancy Cosmetica. What was the name of that palette? Swamp of Sorrows. This is nice. I'm sitting here like, oh. We're going to go back with Morning Dew, just to see if we can get a little more color from it. And we are overlapping the lid shades, and so that'll make it look different as well. And it is just a lighter shade. Like, that's this one. But look how it's turning out. That's pretty. I do like how this blends better. This one just isn't. We're going to take the brush that had this shade on it. Is that the one? Yeah, the lid shade. And we're just going to just go back and forth on the line. I'm not adding more shadow. We're just trying to just blend it just a little bit more. And I could take a brush with no shadow on it and do this, and sometimes I do that. But we're going to do that. That looks better. So we're going to do that right here. Because over here is fine. It's just this area right here. So, and I don't think using more citrine is going to help that. So we're just going to leave it and we're going to own it. I really do like how my brows turned out today. So we're going to put these brushes away. We are done. No, we're not done with the palette. So we need to do our lower lash line. So from Salem, we're going to take Evergreen. Ooh, this is going to be dark. And this is going to go on our lower lash line over here. I'm going to miss this palette when it's gone. Unless, you know what, I'm going to miss the shimmer formula. I am going to miss that. But my unless that I started to say was unless I can get a similar look with Circle Loco, but still the formula though. Why is this brush feeling stiff? I know it's not the shadow, because that's all over the lid and that went on fine. Or maybe it's because I'm putting this over that liner pencil. Ooh, I like that. I need, ooh, something puffed up my eye. I'm going to take both of the brushes we use for our transition shade, well, brow bone. This had that top shade on there, and we're just going to do this. That eye is done. It's looking like it's more here than here, but you know what? We're going to leave it like that. So that palette is done. Now we're going to take Willow, this shade that's on the lid over here. And, oh, these are both Blend Bunny brushes. Be something. Be unsure what the number of the brush is. That's what we're going to be. These are my last two Blend Bunny brushes. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, you know, I'll talk about that in the video you may have saw if you saw my live. Because after the live, YouTube automatically converts it into a video. So let me not even talk about that because it didn't happen yet. By the time you see this video, it will have happened. That's nice. Yeah, that gold under there made that look different than how it looks on the lid. Because on the lid, it looks very green. The brush that had this shade on it, not adding shadow to it. I thought it was Fallout. That's a freckle. Y'all, I'll be seeing stuff like, what? Yeah, it is not. That is, wow. I'll be tripping. You would think I would know my face by now. Excuse me. So we're going to take... This is from Salem Cosmetics. I like both of these looks. And I'm looking, let me see in Salem Forest Heart Palette. Is this green? I stuck my finger in it. I'm always sticking my finger in something. This green isn't even this, because this is deeper. This is brighter. That's on the other end of the palette. And not even this one. Because this is just a different tone than this. So no, they are not dupes. We're going to use the Salem Cosmetics eyeliner brush. The eyeliner is called Tora. These are drying up on me, y'all. This one is the creamiest one. But all the other ones, they drying up on me. So I think I'm going to try a thing. Or I can tell you because it won't be here by the time I do the live. I did order Doorline. And I know in the previous video, I'm like, I'm not going to try it because what if my lids don't like it? But then I'm thinking, I'll have to throw away 4 melt eyeliners because they're drying up on me. And then I was like, okay, if they have another sale, I got those 50% off. They were only $11. And so to have a gel liner for a year and only paid $11 for it, like I'm okay with that. Like I really am okay with throwing them away. I'm going to miss those colors. If I do see another 50% off sale, I would not get Slate and Fortune. One is green, one is blue. But the only place where it really shows blue or green is the wing. Like over this part, it just looks like a dark shade. You can tell it's not black, but you can't really see if it's blue or green. And so I wouldn't get both of those. This one I really like. It's more punchier than the MAC Paint Pot Contemplative State. But then that one would suffice. And so when this one dries up, I would miss it, but I don't think enough to where I would get it again unless I saw it for 50% off. You know what I'm saying? And so I am going to try the Doorline. Hopefully it works, meaning hopefully it doesn't irritate my lids. But we're going to see. And I know there's this horrible shadow. And it's a shadow down here too. And so I'm going to find out if it works. And the good thing about it is it has a dropper. And so you just you pinch the dropper part, and it dispenses the liquid into whatever you're putting it in. And the good thing about that is if it doesn't work for me, I will feel very comfortable giving it away because the dropper will not have at all touched my skin. And so I would feel comfortable giving that away or selling it or something. But anyway, speaking of selling, my Mercari link is below. There's a whole lot of links down below. If you are interested in anything in my Mercari, let me know that you watch my channel, because I do negotiate with people who watch my channel. No, so regular people I don't. But if you do see something you want, let me know before you buy it, and I'll take a few dollars off, like $2 or $3 off. Because I've had people buy stuff, and then I usually send a note, thank you for purchasing from me, and they'll be like, oh, I love your channel, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me that? Like in my mind, I'm like, you should have told me before. But that's that. Oh, almost dropped that. I don't want to get gel liner everywhere. We're going to put on the Fenty. I even have a lip pulled out, and I'm hoping it looks right. The Lancome Sills Boost mascara base that I keep thinking is done, but then it doesn't feel done because I can still feel the wetness of it on my lashes, even if it's showing up clear. I can still feel it there. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts about YouTube. Like, I know you're here watching me just do makeup, but do you count on YouTube for reviews, first impressions, or is it strictly just entertainment? Like me, I'm here for the makeup. I want to see tutorials. I don't really count on it for, reviews anymore because of how all of that stuff plays out in the end. But do you count on that? Do you watch it, even like the true crime stuff or the gossip channels? Do you just watch it for entertainment instead of watching a movie on TV or Netflix, Hulu, Tubi, Amazon Prime, DVDs for those of you who still have DVD players, or, other streaming channels? Like, why are you here on YouTube? What's the main thing? And as I said, I have been finding myself watching more music videos. I have a cousin. The one before, when I said, I don't know if he's crazy or off his meds, if he was on meds or whatever. We've been chilling lately. And we came full circle because he's like a couple weeks older than me. Just a couple weeks. He's a December baby too. Yeah, but we've been talking. And every couple weeks, he listens to music a lot. So he'll send me, music videos from on YouTube. And so I told him, I said, I actually created a private playlist. And I do actually watch, like, the videos that he sends. And he tried to get me, and I called him out on it. I was like, oh, yeah, you sent me some videos. I put them in a playlist. I watch them first, and then I put them in a playlist with your name on it. I said, so you have your own private playlist. He was like, yeah, what's the last one I sent you? So I told him what it was. I said, you tried to be smart. I said, you were trying to catch me. And I was like, it was such and such video. And he was like, no, I wasn't. And then he started laughing. I said, so why would you ask me that? I told you I watch them. And then you're like, oh, okay, what was the last one I sent you? And then he started laughing. I'm like, yeah, I know the game. You was testing me to see was I bullshit. And I'm like, I will tell you one thing. I don't bullshit. If I don't want to answer a question, I'll say I don't want to answer. And if you ask me why, I'll tell you why. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to bullshit you. I like this mascara. We're going to wipe off some chapstick. Oh, yeah, we're going to do the other look in a separate video because we're at almost 45 minutes. Or I can set it as a premiere. Because premieres, the time goes by so fast that people don't realize it's like that long. But, yeah, maybe the only thing with that is I schedule premieres in the evening. Because I'm nocturnal, so I'm sleep in the morning. Oh, shoot. I'm just all over the place with this lip stick. So that's the only thing with premieres is that they're at night. sometimes for me, y'all, I be eating my breakfast. And I usually schedule them either 7:30 at night or 8 at night. And I'll be eating breakfast, watching the video, chatting with y'all. I do want to put that other look with this clip though, but I didn't think that through. Because I'm like, I'll just sit here and do my whole face and talk to y'all. Forgetting that I wanted to do a second look with this palette with another Natasha palette. Talking about the Forest Heart palette. Yeah, I didn't think that through too well. So now that'll be another video. I love this lip. I think it might be too dark for the eyes. I think it's too dark for this one because this is more green. This, even though this is green, until it completely dries, to me it doesn't look green. To me, this looks like a deep blue-green, which goes with the lid shade over here. But once it fully dries, it may look more green, and then it may look... Either way, though, y'all, I like this look. Yeah, so we're just going to do Forest Heart with Circle Loco another day. And that should be quick. Maybe I'll just do a face and then do the eye look here. And those videos have been getting shorter because some are like 25 minutes, 30 minutes versus the 40, where this time is almost 50, but we did the whole entire face because I got more space because I rearranged some things again. And so I'm able to just keep going and go quicker, which I'm enjoying it. So let me know if you do have Forest Heart, if you're still enjoying it. Let me know if you have Natasha Denona Yucca Palette, if you're enjoying it. If I had done both the looks, I think it could pass. I think this one could pass for out of here, even though the tones are different. But yeah, it's the same vibe though. It's the same vibe. And I'm digging it. I am gonna miss the metallics in here, the shimmers in here, as I said, when it does turn on me. But I have some life left into it, so I'm gonna keep using it. And so thank you for being here. I think that's it. So yeah, the main question is, what are you primarily on YouTube for? For makeup, tutorials, reviews, music videos, true crime, documentaries, and there's also movie channels here on YouTube too. I've been watching movies on YouTube again lately, so it's kind of strange. But anyway, I used to do that a while ago. But yeah, things come full circle sometimes, and it's quite interesting. And let me know your thoughts. Yeah, so that's the question. We'll just leave that there. So thank you for being here. If you're new, I appreciate you hanging out. If you're still here and you haven't clicked the thumbs up, go ahead and do that, or thumbs down. If you think this bitch talked too damn much, just do the damn makeup and shut up, or put music to it like other people. If you're not subscribed, I would appreciate if you did subscribe. And again, there's a lot of links below, a lot of information below. I will put the playlist for Forest Heart down below, and I'll put the playlist for Yucca Palette down below. So if you want to see what else I've done with both of these palettes, it'll be easy for you to find those videos. So thank you. And as always, crooked shirt, as always, it will not be fixed. Okay, let me sit straight. As always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.